Right, we're officially live. Hi, Pierre.
Hi, Jackie. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. From this side
Um,
of the world to that side of the world.
Yes, absolutely. For people joining us in, welcome. Jackie and I were just discussing how different the weather is. Uh, I'm in the middle of a heat wave. Jackie is actually covered in a blanket right now, off camera. So it's really cool that we get to work together today, Jackie. And despite of all the weather changes, I think we're both gonna dig into this template here that we started building last week, and it's gonna be a great time.
Absolutely. I was just thinking when you were talking about the weather, how we are blessed to have technology because we
Yeah,
sometimes say, "Oh, AI is not taking over the world," and people are so frustrated about technology in general, but we forget how technology actually bring people together as well. Like, I
absolutely.
mean, you sitting on the other side of the world and I'm
Yeah,
actually talking through a line and I can actually see you is a
yeah.
miracle by itself.
Amen. Amen. I absolutely agree. I think
So
it's one of
I'm
those really cool things that we might take for granted because we just interact with them on a daily basis. And thank you for reminding us of that.
Absolutely. Well, for those guys that do not know what we are doing, if it's the first time that you are watching us right now, we basically go on the internet and we find inspiration for different types of niches. And in the past few weeks, we have actually covered from a kindergarten, a restaurant, a normal landing page. And this week, we are doing a web agency and Pierre is on the steering wheel. I love watching him create. He thinks he is not doing a great job, but I think he's doing a fantastic job. Um,
Well,
so
thank
it
you for
is so
that.
it's normal under normal circumstances. You know, if you look at companies, it's normally the guys at the top, like the CEOs and the directors and the marketing directors, and those guys have got no clue what the company is
Yeah,
really about. But ours are different. They actually are in the tool. So they use the tool just like everybody else. And I think that's what I love about these sessions is that people can get to see the real you and they get to
awesome.
see the real tool. So when we make
Oh,
mistakes or something is not happening, this thing is actually live. We cannot cover it up. What you see is what you get,
right.
but you get to see the nice side of it as we create these beautiful templates.
You just mentioned something that I absolutely love. And that's actually something we do on purpose and we're going to keep doing for this workshop is we're going to continue to keep things up online even if they have mistakes, even if we decide to
Mm,
change our minds or we backtrack or like a bug happens. We had a bug happen a few weeks ago. We
mm,
actually took that opportunity, went back into the platform, sent it back to our product team, and they fixed it. So it's a great way for us to tell people that it's okay, right? You don't
mm,
have to just jump in and know exactly what to do and be flawless throughout the whole thing. This is a space where you can explore, you can discover,
mm,
you can, find your own path to creating these pages. And I think that's why I like to
mm.
do it. Obviously, Jackie, you've probably forgotten more than all of the Builderall knowledge I have combined. And we still make mistakes, and that's why I enjoy these sessions. So
Well, I
thank
can
you for
just tell
having
you for the last thing before we jump in. I mean, I remember 5 years ago when I just joined Builderall and it was like a pixel perfect. That was what we used
me.
those days.
Yeah,
I cannot, if I look back and I look at where it is today, there's so much more that happened in a year that it did
oh yeah,
over 4 years of time, as much as that Builderall has evolved and become what it is today. And just looking at the brand and the tool and the ease of use, and it's mind blowing to see where it is today. So if you guys
well,
do not have a Builderall account, you better need to get yourself one because you're missing out big time. This is probably the best builder there is out there because you can place elements anywhere you like on that page.
mhm,
You're not bound like you would with WordPress and those platforms where you say you have to put it in a block and you have to put it in a column and you can't put it here. Our platform can really do absolutely anything. And we don't have to have plugins. We've got all of those tools right inside of the platform. I wish we could have done a comparison sometime, Pierre, in these live
We can.
sessions to see the value of what our platform really offers.
We totally can. That's actually a nice idea. I think that's something we can definitely look at doing. I
Yeah,
think uh, it's important for us to show that you can use the platform like you use any design software, because a
yeah,
website is a visual tool. So why not use your mouse and keyboard to design your page? Why are you worried about code? That's such
exactly.
an outdated way
It's
to
a
think about
schlep.
things.
And I think people
Right.
get afraid. They think that because of the rise of AI, you're not going to need web builders. I have used AI multiple times to create a website, and you still need to go back and you still need to change things and you still need to adjust. So you basically do double work. You create the
Right.
website and then you have to go recreate it in any ways because it's not up to the way that you wanted it and your personal touch to it. That's something that AI will never be able to do, is that personal touch of just giving it that little bit of oomph. And you're going to see that now when Pierre shares his screen, what we
Yeah.
mean about something that is unique.
So let's actually just go ahead and start by sharing the screen here. So this is, for those who don't know, this is the Builderall dashboard. Uh, this ribbon here up top shows me all my tools, and then as I use tools, they start appearing on the side panel. So we have access to our previously used tools. We have them very accessible. We don't have to open 500 tabs. You just come back here
Mm.
and um, get to work. And I'm going to navigate over to the website builder to find the website that we started working on last time. I haven't looked at it since we left it, so I might absolutely hate it today. I want people in the comments to give us what they think. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't hate it. I think it looks so cool.
This is the reference site that we looked at. I like the black with the white type. I like this cloud. Um, as you scroll down, you have these elements here. You have this hover box with the faces, sort of telling you who the team is, and then the services. I think all of these, this is a really straightforward thing to do and thing to have here. I think, it has some really nice features. I don't know if we'll carry over the whole thing. I don't think so. I think we'll expand and maybe look for inspiration elsewhere as well. And it looks like my browser is having some issues here. Let's try to refresh. Here we go. All right. And I would say this would be the website that we started. Okay, not this one. It would be then this one here. Pro tip, don't do as I do, you guys. Name your websites. Don't leave it just the default title. And let's hop in here. Also, no. Oh, that's interesting. All right, here we go. All right, so last time we talked, we decided we're going to use an agency that's targeting the trades and will utilize AI. That's the idea that we have. We have this image here that I actually have fallen out of love with, and I'm looking
No,
at it
I
now.
haven't.
You
I
haven't?
love
You
it.
still?
I know. No, and if I think trades, it depends on which trade, but I just think that this is a smoking hot web agency.
Okay,
I
so we'll
just,
keep
I don't know. I just love
it.
it.
Yeah. I think it's definitely bold up top. I think it's definitely eye catchy, right? So let's hop in here into the builder and start exploring what we did last time. For everyone here, just a reminder: it's a good idea. It's not always going to be top of mind, but it's a good idea to set your fonts in advance. All right, set your H1, your H2, all the way through. Tell the website builder what you want for fonts, and it'll help you move a lot faster as you create panels, as you keep things consistent. It'll just keep everything really nice and tidy for you. I think I want this to be a little bit smaller. this panel. I think we have a little too much space. What do you think? Jackie,
I still like it.
you
I
still
still
like
like it. I
it?
was thinking, I was thinking a little bit. I still like it. That panel live looks really, really nice. I don't know. Maybe a slightly bigger and bolder,
For the font?
I would think. No, no, not the font, the type font, but the size of the main H1 title. I think that Trades First AI should be bolder and bigger,
Okay.
like in your face kind of thing.
Even bigger than this. Okay. Let's see. What font did I set? What size for the H1? H1 was 80. So we can maybe 90. Yeah, and then maybe we can make some contrast here, make this smaller. And actually, looking at this, I think this is a light gray, not a white.
Yeah.
And I think that'll change the way it looks. Something like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I like this light gray. Maybe we'll try it here.
Yeah.
Do we like it? Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So we'll keep it at a light gray. Or maybe this lighter gray. Yeah, this lighter gray
Yeah,
is
it
nice.
fits. It fits.
All right, so moving along. So this is what I want to tell people. Trades First AI Agency. I don't know if this headline, I don't love the headline. We can come back and work on it, or we can work on it now. I don't know if you have any ideas, Jackie, but the reason why I don't like it is that I feel like it misses that opportunity to kind of grab people as they come in, right? If you're in the trades, you know, you're going to come in, Trades First AI Agency. I don't know if that means anything at all.
No, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't capture the attention to say that you need us.
Okay. So maybe we can do this. I want 3 headline samples from Magic Text, an AI-focused marketing agency that specializes in the trades. What type of product, service, promotion do you want to advertise with? I want to connect with users as they log in for the first time. So no real product. I just want it to give me fonts, captivate new users. Okay, so I think it's getting confused here with this. Let's type in trades focused AI agency.
I know you're saying that in the US, they talk about trades as being local businesses, but here, if you're going to speak here about a trade, it's like people trading on NASDAQ or.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like financial trades.
So I don't know, what do they call that in the US?
Also, that would be more like trade. That would be more like trading.
Trading, okay.
It's an interesting cultural difference. I actually don't hate these. I think they're a good start. So I asked Magic Text AI to give us these prompts, or these headlines, excuse me, and it gave us these 3. Revolutionize your trades business with cutting edge AI solutions. I don't hate it. I think it's a little lame, but I don't hate it. Boost efficiency and profitability with AI marketing strategies. I also think it's a little lame. Stay ahead in the trades industry with AI powered marketing. I don't like this word agency here, so stay ahead.
What about something like putting your business on the digital map? No.
Don't love. You know what we can do? We talked about having different landing pages. Last time we said, it would be a good idea to have something like
A/B
a special
testing.
landing page for plumbers or for HVAC or for electricians. So
Yeah.
let's think about that too. So stay ahead of other insert trade here with AI powered marketing. So maybe we'll do that. Here we go. Let's play around with it. Stay ahead. I want to say of the trades with AI powered marketing. So let's make this a little bit smaller. And actually, this gives us an opportunity to say, on different versions of this page, we can stay ahead of, HVAC, of the HVAC trade with AI powered marketing.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, this is a little too big, I think. Well, maybe not.
I think it looks cool.
You think so? And so maybe we'll do that. And I don't know if we don't have this feature in Builderall built in, but sometimes developers create this changing word animation that they can have right into the text where you see it changes. So it could say stay ahead of the HVAC, electrician, plumber,
But you
with,
can do that. You can change it with making use of the rotation banner. It's still the same thing. And then the rotation banner at the back of it, it actually changes the text by fading in and out.
I love that. Maybe we do that. Let's try that out.
Because we did that with the restaurant. Can you remember?
Yes. For the text. I think that's a great idea. So how would we place the text inside of the
rotation banner?
Banner inside the text. How would we? Okay, let's try it. Do you mind trying it? We're going off script here, but we don't have one, so we don't have a script.
Okay.
So
if you go to rotation banner and just drop that on the panel.
All right. Rotation banner.
You should see me sometimes going A, B, C, D, F, G, H, G, going on down the alphabet to figure out where R is in the alphabet, because I know it's in alphabetical order. And then I will normally delete the 2 and the 1 slides, 2 and 1, so I only stick with 1 slide. Otherwise, you have to delete, where you can just duplicate now. And then delete the content that's inside the slide. And then add the H1 inside of the, I will obviously make the H1 black first so that we can work with it inside of it, and then.
Okay. So we'll go ahead.
You can go and change the group of the rotation banner's background to transparent.
Okay, let's do that. I don't want an arrow.
No.
And I want to make this transparent.
And then you also need to, the slider itself also needs to be, so if you click on the slider, the 0, also need to change that background. There we go. And now you can just drop in your image of your
yeah. What a
H1
cool
title. So just move the H1 title in now that we've got there already. And then we just duplicate it.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So instead of having that one word.
Oops, there we go. There. Just put that inside of it now.
This guy in here.
And then you just duplicate the panel, or duplicate, not the panel, the slide.
Yeah.
Once you're happy with the size of it and where it needs to be, you're missing the subtitle, the subline somewhere.
Actually, don't. I think I deleted it by mistake. It looks like. Oh my goodness. All right, we'll just put that back in. It's fine. All right, here we go.
Remember, so if you're going to put in a subtitle there, you need to make more space or leave space. Otherwise, if you're going to duplicate it, then it's not going to change consistently.
Well, I'm thinking maybe the subtitle would be outside of the box that we had.
Oh, so only the text at the top change. Okay, that could be good.
Yeah, this way. And I don't know if you remember what it said, but I don't think it said the right thing anyway. So
no,
let's just use the power of AI to stay at the cutting edge of your industry, of your local, of your trade, and grow your local business with ease. All right. Well, we appreciate you saying that. Only Handmade, awesome platform. We agree. Having the ability to just design your website as an organic process. I imagine if you're familiar, anything like WordPress or other platforms that we compete with, it has a lot of columns and rows and code. And sometimes it could be a little daunting. Whereas Builderall lets you just try it out. Hey, let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it looks like, and you can go from there. I like this. I think we also got the chance to change this subhead. What do you think, Jackie? Use the power of AI to stay at the cutting edge of your trade and grow your local business with ease. Love it.
Very interesting.
All right. So we'll take this. And what you were saying is we're going to take this guy and we're going to.
That's zero. You're going to have to click on that zero. Yeah. And now we just stay and change the title. And then we change it to fade in and fade out.
Stay ahead of the HVAC. Electrical. Plumbing. Renovation. I don't know if the renovation trade is a thing, but we're going to call it a thing. All right. We're going to assume it. And then the fifth one would be of your trade. How about that?
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and save, and let's see what that looks like live. And for everyone in the comments, I'm going to actually post this link so you can actually visit the site yourself as we go together and give us your options, your opinions, your ideas. We're happy to hear all of them. All right, let me refresh the page. All right. Not sure how frequently this is supposed to rotate. But let's set that up. We want it to autoplay, and we want it to have. Let's see what it looks like with the default 3000. Save and publish. Can I collect emails on this platform? Absolutely. Actually, Builderall provides an all-in-one marketing platform. So we have these different apps or different tools, including email, including website, including booking calendars like Calendly. So you can actually, in one native platform, have connectivity between your website, your email platform, and all of the other marketing tools that you might need. So great question. And we have so many different workshops, including a workshop this afternoon to show how to use this platform in the best way possible. So thank you for asking that question. Nwanza says, can you line up the first slide to match the rest and then change the font of the trade to a thinner italic font? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
you can.
Yes, we can. I like that idea too. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's see what this page looks like. I'm going to refresh. It's supposed to, yeah, here we go. I don't like this
slide. You must do the fade.
Okay. Fade. We thought the same thing at the same time. That's a good thing. All right. Let's do this. Effect is, what's side padding?
It just pushes it in a little bit. That's all.
Yeah, but why is it part of the effect?
When you have a border,
mm-hmm.
It plays a role when you have a border on the outside and inside the panel. That's what that
I see.
That is. I hardly use that function, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it seems like definitely a pretty.
It's where the arrows. It is all with the effect of the arrows on the side. Mm-hmm. If you've got padding, it brings the arrows closer and further away.
Okay. Okay, I like that. That's not bad. This one I don't like. Where it says your trade is actually too small, and it throws the sentence out of alignment. Yeah. I think to Nwanza's point earlier, I think what we can do, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this one. No, I think I deleted the wrong one here. All right. I think the last one, what was it? Electrical, HVAC, electrical, or renovation.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, and I think as a rule, we want the stay ahead to be here.
Same.
Just like that. Yeah, so we start with the word trade here. So let me do that. Okay. So this way, the stay ahead is on the top line, and then the bottom line is trade with AI-powered marketing. Okay. And let's see. Maybe we'll try a different color. I don't know if we want it to be italicized. I think the italic is too harsh of a transition. So maybe like a different color. What do you think, Jackie? What do you think of
Oh man, I was talking here like crazy, and I forget that I've got my mic on mute, and I was like having this huge conversation with you.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is there is other options as well besides the rotation banner. I just think people need to know that. You can also, if you do not want the text to change to other text and you want to bring attention to it, you can make one of the words, like say the HVAC trade, to animate that, only those words, to kind of pulse or change color or that kind of thing. So you can make it pulse where the rest of it is standing still and only that one word is moving. So that is another alternative that people can also consider.
That's a good idea. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep Yeah, here we go. I'm going to keep the color the same. I tried some different colors. I think all of them look pretty awful, to be honest. So I'm just going to keep it the way it is before my designers send me a WhatsApp after. They're like, what were you doing this morning? So, cool. All right. So I don't know about you. I am ready to move this along into the next panel. What do you think, Jack?
Yes, let's do this.
All right. So just as a final check, this is what we have. Someone's going to land. We want all of our advertising to be focused around the trades. So when a business owner comes in, they're going to see this and they're going to connect with, the fact that it's local business focused. We're promising something that's directly related to their industry. So, we want this to kind of attract them. I think it does a good job.
I love it. I actually love it. It looks really, really nice.
Cool. So with that, let's push forward. Next text box. I'm looking at this. I like how they have this about studio part with the 3 boxes, but I think I don't know if I would say about. Maybe I would move into something like a testimonial. For this business, it might look a little different, but I'd want to focus a little bit on, maybe having a client say something really awesome about me,
Yes.
to just attract people to say, hey, this is my promise, and this is someone else who's in your industry or a similar industry that has had a great result. Okay,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I do like the design. I do like the fact that we have a hover box here and the text here. So what I'm thinking for a strategy, Jackie, is to have these be 2 different panels with this white background. I wouldn't do this panel kind of be like a huge one. What do you think? And the reason why I'm thinking that is what happens when we go into mobile. I don't want to have too many boxes.
On one panel. I agree. I just wanted to say that too.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool. So we can go ahead and do that. 2 panels, 3 text boxes, 4 text boxes on the top one, and then we can move on the images. And I don't know about you, but maybe it's my impatience, but the way I generally approach building these is to have a rough SketchUp of all of the items that I'm going to need, and then I will come back and
placeholders, great placeholders. That's what I do all the time.
Nice. Okay. So I'm going to actually remove this panel because I think it's creating some undue movement on my screen here. I'm going to do this H2.
And while you are doing that, I'm just going to tell the guys something as well that people can consider to do. Because we know that we are all, especially local businesses and or even web agencies out there that are so very dependent on the testimonials, because we know how important it is, that you can even make use of a third-party tool such as Elfsight. And I'm just giving you an example that can pull in reviews from Google or any of those platforms so that you can embed it into the iframe of the site. It really, really works perfectly with Builderall. So you will get your testimonials or reviews directly into your website without even struggling. You just need to have the embedded code, and you can add those details in. And it's kind of like a live updated tool, if you want to put it that way, that can constantly update your site with fresh information. And you can even make use of the Facebook comments, for an example. If you are a web agency that's very active in your social media accounts, you can even integrate the comments into the website by making use of an iframe. I just wanted people to understand that what you see here, there is no limitations. You can bring anything into the platform as long as it's got an embedded code.
Love it. I love that. That's a great message. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so we have these two boxes here. I don't know if they're the same size. I sort of want them to be. So let me just duplicate this. And we'll just extend this guy just a little bit here. And yeah, here we go. We can take these into consideration and then sort of have them line up. And this is going to have the actual testimonial in here. So I don't know, like give us a great testimonial, Jackie, or someone in the comments. Drop in a great testimonial. We can copy that in here and use that to sort of build out this website. Yeah, so here I'm looking at these. We have, this is actually a little smaller. And I went H2 here, and I don't think I need to do that. I think we can have it be H4. And this can be a little smaller still. All right, Fox the Kiwi. Loved working with these people. They really took the time to understand my business. Love it. Let me copy that in here. All right. And let's see. I'm going to go H4 here just because of the text. And I think for this, I think it's actually nice to italicize this just because it's like a quote and people are sort of used to seeing that. You know what I mean? So,
and again, you can also, for those people that want to understand, you can also use, if you've got a lot of testimonials, you can again use the rotation banner to slide this time and not fade in and fade out. That's just another idea, but especially if there's a lot of them, because if you are going to add like 20 on one page, it becomes a little bit overwhelming to read. Yeah. So just know that you can do that with that as well.
I agree with that. I like that. Okay.
I actually saw the other day another idea on a site, and I was thinking, I wonder how they did that. They basically also, for their testimonials, it looked like almost a Q&A where you click on it. They said, this is what our clients are saying. And then the client's name was there and an image. And when you click on it, it gives the information of, or gives the testimonial of that specific person. But it looked really, really nice. And I was thinking about it, and I realized what they've actually done. I don't know how it will work on that platform, but I know how it works on ours. Is basically when you combine a button with a rotation banner. So the button is connected to the rotation banners group that when you click the button, it opens up a specific slide.
Oh,
I tested it, and it actually works beautiful.
Yeah. I think actually Wani from our team, Wani is one of our absolutely amazing designers. I think she built this element out right on the Builderall homepage. And for those who don't know, the Marketing 101 workshop is happening this afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to catch us if you have not. I think this feature here, Jackie, is exactly what we were talking about. These
that is it. Yeah, that's the same thing like that. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Go through.
So the only difference that they did is it was on the side, like a vertical names, and then it was the image of the person. So when you click, it changed the image, and in the image, it had the box that we have, the element box, where the element, you click on it, and it swaps the box open like this. That is the same thing. So it's a click, and you see the face, and then it swaps around, and you can read the text. It was just beautiful.
Love it. That's a great idea. I like the fact that we have multiple testimonials. I don't know if we want multiples, but we could actually just go ahead and do that. I was thinking, we would have these smaller boxes, but I'm thinking it's content wasted here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate these. And I know, Jackie, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Pierre, you need a box to put these in, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so
that
that's
was
what,
my thought.
so we can do this. And for those who don't know, a box is a great tool to use on the Builderall platform to keep everything sort of organized,
Together.
yeah, and properly placed in here. So we're going to do this.
And I want you guys to take note of that, because it is a nightmare if you don't use a box and you try to move your elements around in mobile.
Right.
You will thank yourself for putting that extra effort into it by adding the content that belongs together in one box.
That's good practice too. I think, I think it's just a good idea to have. I'm going to delete this because it's snapping to it, and I don't want to deal with that the whole time. I'm actually going to
The
remove
ones
all
that
of them.
gave us a 1-2, love them. They took care of my marketing, allowing me to focus on the job. Awesome. Thanks, Nwanditi.
And I'm going to actually do border size 0 because I don't want this border to show. And when you place a box, you can actually pin the box to wherever you want it on the screen. But we're not going to do that because we want that automatic shifting when screen sizes change. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this guy here, and I'm just going to make sure to place this guide here up top so that I can grab this and here we go. And here we go. Beautiful stuff. Okay. And now this is the next comment we're going to use. It might be too big. Nope. All right. Beautiful. And a dash. And just make sure everything is on one line. And actually, I'm just going to duplicate this additional one here and just have it be on the side. There we go. All right. Oh, Jack, I don't know what's going on with. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm looking at 2 screens and my brain just. All right. And I think this would center them. And I think we're going to keep those here. So I love this actually. It's just from our clients, these 3 boxes. And I think it's actually from a marketing perspective, I think it's a better use of this real estate over this. Obviously, this is a little more sleek, but then what do you say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you use this as an area for testimonials, which I think is a great thing to do. I like that.
I think it's important to use, I call it digital space, or digital real estate, if you want to put it this way, on your page, to optimize it for whoever you are targeting. Because those guys could not be interested in your About Me. If they want to do that, they can go click on About Me in your main menu of the site to figure out who you are. But they want to see that you know what you are doing.
Right. And I actually like this gray. I prefer this gray over the really hard black. A lot of times, it just makes it really more polished if you use just a gray instead of a black, or a slight gray instead of a white. Like just a really light gray. It adds just enough color to just separate it. And if you look, you can see the difference right here. This looks a little more polished than just the black. I feel like I've seen that a lot of times, and that just seems to be a common thing to do. Clarabelle says, good morning. Good morning, Clarabelle. Thanks for joining us today. Glad to see you here again. All right. Cool. So something like this, I actually like. I think we're good to move on. Yeah, I don't love the bold either. Here we go. Just leave it as is. And if we want to address it, we can do that after. You know what it is? It's an idea of content hierarchy, right? We want the important stuff to show up, to be more present, bigger or more, the contrast sort of focuses there. And that's why I'm looking at this from our clients. And I think it's a little less important than what we're making it, right? So if you want to look at all of these, the testimonial itself is the key piece of information, right? So I want to focus on that. And, having this be an H5, I think is fine. Yeah, not even bold. I think it's fine like this. All right, cool. So let's move on. Nuanza, yes, we are doing the hover images right now. So thank you for giving us that transition point. I'm just going to take a peek over at this template that we're using, and they just go right into the images. And underneath the image, you have 2 text boxes. And here we have these icons. We have this bigger text, and yeah, you see that? I like this transition. And I think what we're going to need to do here, Jackie, let's talk strategy. We're going to have a hover box, and we're going to have to create these images right here. And correct me if I'm wrong. Do we need to include the text right into the image, or can we have the text overlay the hovered images? And you're on mute, so I see you talking, but we don't hear you.
Sorry.
No worries.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we don't have to have it. We can have our images separate, and then we'll just add in the text as you hover. So we just need to make sure that the images we create in Canva or wherever is exactly the same.
Okay, so let's do that. We're gonna have these inboxes. Obviously, we're gonna have this whole content block, let's call it. We're gonna create a box for it, and everything's gonna live inside that box. All right, so we start off. I'm gonna add just any old box. We don't really need to worry about what design box it is or any of that. Make this a little bigger, give us some room to work, and boom.
And I've been talking to myself again. Did you choose the hover box?
No, I'm just using a normal box to put things in, and then I'm gonna go in again with a hover box on top because I want to keep all of this together.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense, or am I doing something that's
yes, makes sense.
All right, and so from here, box hover, and we're gonna go with any old image, right? All right, and in this block on Builderall, we give you, it's a really easy thing to replace. You have just the normal, no hover, and then with the hover, this is what that element's going to look like, and then you get to view it. And obviously you can change this this animation here, top to bottom, left to right, and which effect it is. All right, effect 1 puts it on the side, effect 2 sort of replaces it, effect 3 scales up, left to right. Nope. Also no, that's not the one we want. Oh, this is interesting. You could use this creatively. Yeah, I think this is actually the one that we want. Okay, so that's the hover box, and then we're going to have these two text boxes at the bottom. So let's add this here and go to text, and maybe we'll go with, let's see, H5, H6. I think we can actually do like an H4 here. All right, so we'll keep these together, put them in the center of the page. And then here at the bottom, all right, beautiful. So with this, Jackie, I have a question. When we have the hover, can we have the background color change? Or will I need to upload another image?
No, you can change the background.
We can. All right.
But what I would suggest is to go get the image first.
Image first.
Because the size will determine the rest of the block.
Okay. So let's do that. For those who don't know, just about last week or the week before, we launched the AI image generator inside Builderall, and this actually lives inside the business toolkit. So you're going to have access to it wherever you are on the Builderall platform. You can find this tool, and you can find all the images that you create, as well as all of the files that you upload. So I'm going to actually create it.
You can actually, Pierre, it's not working at the moment. They're making a change to it today. So you're going to have to make use of Canva. It's not going to use the AI today.
Well, thanks for giving me the heads up. All right, let's go into Canva and create a new photo. I don't want to upload a new picture. Hold on. Image. I think any one of these is fine. Just gives me a dimension. And what are we using? Are we using this magic media? Give me an image of a marketing agency executive with a black background. Let's see what it comes up with. Beautiful. All right, which one do we want? Jeez, none of these fellows look like they're real people. You know, all of them look like they're superheroes or something.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that's not real. It's almost like a K-drama, you know, those whole idea. This is what they look like, but it's not in real life.
That's it. Yeah. Let's try again. In their 50s. I think people in their 50s, you know, is going to be a little more believable for a marketing agency executive rather than, you know, Clark Kent that we got earlier. So, okay, perfect. All right, any of these, you know, minus this one, we're going to get rid of this one. Let's keep this fellow over here. I like this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Can we add a page with these dimensions? I don't know what this is, but I think that was I want to say like 500 by 500, 600 by 600. It looks like a square. So. All right, and what I'm going to do is we can just go ahead and export this image, right?
Yeah. People just need to understand when they do make use of Canva or even AI or whatever outside of the platform, just make sure that you compress it. You can also use tinypng.com, or you can even go that far to upload your file as a WIP WebPML, something like that. And then
Okay.
it will really minimizes the size of it without losing the resolution.
So I'm going to go ahead and create another image. We're going to use a woman for this one. Let's see, which one do we like? I like this one. I like all of them, actually. All of them are believable. All of them are good.
Mm.
I don't know. I think we'll stay with her. Yeah, there you go. These look like they work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a few months ago when you used to create images with AI, you would miss a finger or something, but AI has become so accurate. It's
Oh
actually
yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna export this too, and I think we need one more, right? And what are we gonna do? We're gonna do for the let's see, creative designer, and we'll skip the age. All right, we want someone that looks creative. You know, obviously the paper's here. All of like I don't know. She looks more of like a business analyst to me than
Yeah.
a you know.
Now, Wanzi, you were saying that we should make images of people in the trades. That is a good idea, actually. Yes, because if we think about it, these are not us working at the agencies. It's people that are in trades.
Well,
That's
this
actually a
section,
good point.
this section that we're working on now, I was thinking it would be like meet the team. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So like
Okay.
us, so people can
Then it makes absolutely sense.
okay. I don't know if she says designer. Nothing about the setup looks like designer, nor anything for her. Maybe one of these two, Jackie. How about you choose one of these
The
two?
one with the color.
This one.
Yep. The other one becomes too busy.
I agree. Yeah, and I know the grayscale here. Yeah, I know the other website has the grayscale. I think we're gonna bring this in without and sort of see what happens. If it is grayscale, we can always go back and change it, no problem.
Mm.
All right, let me go ahead and share or download these. All right. All right, so thank you, Canva. Back to the platform. I'm gonna change this image. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna upload him and her. All right, and we're gonna apply. And I misclicked, and we just changed the panel background, which is hilarious. Okay, same thing again. What am I doing? Why is the background panel changing? I don't understand.
Just undo it and then click on the image. Right click on that image, yeah.
Yep.
There we go. Now, then, there we go.
All right, we'll see.
It has happened to me many times. You've placed it on it's in the hover now. If you click hover, it's going to show there in that box. You've put it in the hover instead of in the.
Goodness.
Yeah. So you can scroll down there. You'll see on the right-hand side, one is for hover and one is, you're going to have to scroll up higher. Inside there, yeah, scroll up higher and then you'll see that there's one for hover and one for normal.
Okay. I just want it to revert back to the way it was before. Hold on. So background settings, what am I looking at? We have hover.
Now go up. There we go. You'll see one says hover and the other one says the general image.
Here?
On the side.
Okay.
It's better to change it on the side than on the image itself.
Okay. Where does it say hover here? What am I looking at? Okay, so let's just go ahead and change this image because we know this is the one that we want to change. Jackie, I'm all thumbs this morning.
I love it.
Okay, we've successfully changed the picture, but it's in the wrong place. So let's try this again. I'm going to go to my file. I'm going to select this guy. Okay, and then once I hover, I don't want this image to be here. So how do I make sure that this is the right image that I'm changing? We'll do a quick edit. No, God. All right. All right. Now it's supposed to create a new file with my edit. Okay, so Jackie, walk me through here. How do I take this image back and
You're going to have to go and delete it.
I'm going to delete it? Okay. We're going to go through. All right, again. And then for this, we're going to delete it too. We're going to go back to the
normal
beginning.
and then change it now. Go back to normal. That's now the background. Just make sure that you're choosing the normal and then scroll up. It's the very first one. Yeah, but sometimes it doesn't take it. That's now in back. So you're now in hover. You are in hover.
I'm in hover right now?
Yeah, look there. It says on the right-hand side, box hover.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I say I don't use it there. I scroll on the side, make sure that I choose the one that's not in the hover.
Okay, so I don't actually know how to leave this view.
Because it doesn't change there. You have to go down. Background settings. There.
Here? Okay.
One up. There.
Am I not in the right place? Here.
You're right. That's it. Okay. That's it.
All right. Well, that was enough excitement for me today. All right. No, again, it's still in the hover. This is totally my bad.
Let me quickly check on my side here. Which websites?
Here, and it's still in the hover. Oh my goodness.
Let me go also in that site.
Well, this is why I have you here, Jackie, with me to help with guidance like this. So let me, again, we are here. We don't want to be here. I just don't understand how you know that we're in hover. Like, what
because
am I looking?
Because it says a box hover.
Here at the top.
Yeah.
Exactly what I have.
That's what it says. I'm actually going into another website to see if I could do the same thing there because mine didn't do it when I created mine just now.
Okay.
Is
because I just want to know exactly like where I'm supposed to be here, and I don't know if I know.
I'm going to make a duplicate and then I can share my site here. Hold on a second.
Okay. Well, again, this is why we have these sessions live, is to show people that even me, which, you know, obviously I don't know enough to not have this hoverbox issue happen, but apparently I am selecting the wrong place, and I don't know how to unselect the right, or to select the right place. So Jackie's going to show us how to do exactly that.
I'm just logging in quickly.
Mm-hmm. And I'm happy for you to like finish us off here with this website. I'm happy to leave here, and you can.
Okay. Let me log into. Okay, let me go into that account then, and then I'll share my page and see if I could fix it. Maybe I can't either. You never know.
Well, we'll see. Because I'm thinking, you know, this is definitely an area of improvement, and I'll flag this to.
Okay, let me see websites. I just want to open up the website quickly. Did you save already? Because mine doesn't pick it up.
Yeah,
That it's
let
been
me
saved.
go ahead. Let me go ahead and save. And actually, you can. And stop the screen share, and you can share your screen, and
Okay.
it's off here today.
Let's see. Exit full screen, present.
Well, this was exciting.
Very.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, let me share. All right, so here we are.
Yes.
I'm just going to delete it. That's just how I do it.
That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine to start. Yeah, to start.
Oxava, I'm just going to grab that one. Okay, so general settings, effects, scale up, settings, image, change.
Mm-hmm.
Apply.
Okay.
So there is the hover.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I see. So here, if you wanted to add,
you can go on if you want to.
Oh, I'm happy for you to. No, it's actually it's totally fine. You can
Okay.
go from here. So it was just me going out of order, is what it was.
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right. Well, that's a perfectly reasonable explanation to what happened. All right.
Is that what we wanted?
Yes. Yes. I'm also thinking, you know, what do we have for the hover part? If you can just go over the hover. Yeah. I was thinking we would do the colored image, and when you scroll over, you would have the background be grayscale and the text on top.
Okay.
So that so that first image needs to be a different one.
Let me just take the text out. So that is the image there.
Yeah.
So what do you want to change?
I'm going to replace it to the colored version of that image.
The color?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the hover must change?
No, the normal one is the colored photo, and the hover would be this gray one.
Okay, but that is like it is.
Yes. Okay. Just go into the settings real quick for this image. Okay. Open change image and go into the files.
Oh, the image change.
Yes. So I'd want that picture. Yes, exactly. And then when you hover over it, I want the background to be the grayscale version of that photo and the text over it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely went out of order. I see what you're doing now, and I definitely went out of order. Okay. And could we see what that looks like? If you can go into that view. Yeah, this, okay. Okay, I think the effect can be different, but that's sort of what I was aiming for. And then we could have the text be, like
We
maybe the
can
name.
change the effect. What was the effect? Which one?
I think effect 10 is the one I wanted to see. I like that effect a lot, actually, not for this implementation.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of this one?
Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
That is freaking cool.
Yeah. Then we can have text on top of it. And that would be, on top of that other.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I love this. I love this.
Nice.
All right,
Cool.
and then the text on top. Let me just grab some text. What color is the text going to be? White?
Yeah,
gray.
White. And we can probably use H5 or H4, something a little bigger. Maybe H4.
Just make it here slightly bigger. Oops.
And then instead of pure white, we're going to go to the gray right next to it. Yes. Yeah,
what's the text?
Like, managing director or something like that. Here would be, whatever text we want. It could be like the name. It could be, it could be something more about this person. But it's just an idea that we can have the text change on hover and have it be that additional layer on top. And I think it's pretty cool. All right, what would that look like? All right, well, I definitely appreciate everyone's patience with me fumbling with this.
Going in the wrong one.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It could be cool. Could be really nice. I don't know about this effect though. I'm not fully sold. I like how like the images line up and it gives room for some text, but I think the transition is too harsh. I don't know if there's another one that we can look at that's more of a fake.
I love it so much, but I know you don't. Okay, let's go with 3. Let's see what 3 looks like. Don't like 3 at all. 4.
Not really. Also no. Oof, what do you do in this case? If you're picky like me, okay, this one's good. Okay, let's put that one in our back pocket. What other options do we have?
So it's 6 so far.
Nuanza says, funny thing, I'm also bald. That's hilarious.
He's what?
He's also bald, and the image we're using.
I don't like this at all.
No, this is definitely not the use case for this. I think, no, I don't like that either.
Yes, this could be a good before and after, hey?
It could be a good before and after. I'm also thinking maybe like a preschool book. You can have it sort of flip, like open like a page
oh my
of a book.
goodness.
That'd be an interesting thing.
I haven't played with this.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Your favorite is 6.
Yeah, I think number 6 is going to be... Okay. I like that. I think it's straightforward. It doesn't try to be anything it's not. I like that. Can you duplicate it twice? And we can wrap up today. I know we're a little over time.
Are we removing the text underneath then?
Clarabelle said I'm picky as I. Clarabelle, you don't even know the half of it. Okay.
Can I delete this text here?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
I am
That's
not that picky. I'm not like that at all.
I'm
Clary,
actually trying to
it's
be.
only Pierre.
I'm trying to make concessions here because we're live, and I don't want people to see all my crazy all at once. But I love that you said that. That's hilarious.
See, I'm changing your boxes because now we are removing it, so I might as well just.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, we can duplicate
Oh, goodness.
that. Let me actually send you these
Why
images.
do I have now this 2 boxes? What have I done? All right. But now we need. Can't be the same man.
No, I'm sending it to you right now. Just give me one moment here, and you can check your WhatsApp, and I'll send them to you now with all of these. And we don't have to do the grayscale. Actually, I did it in the platform directly, so you can do that quickly. Clarabelle, nice to meet you too. Clarabelle came in today looking to pick on me, I guess. I'm joking, of course, Clarabelle. You're the best.
You said have you uploaded it already?
I sent
No.
them to your WhatsApp.
Okay, now I need to upload them. Okay.
And we can wrap up after this this portion here and move into next week. I do want to mention to everyone today at 1 p.m. Eastern. So in just a few hours, we're going to be running another edition of the Marketing 101 workshop. If you have seen last one, you're happy. We're happy to have you join again. Ask whatever questions that you want to ask. But if you are not familiar with what this workshop is, at 1 p.m. Eastern today, we are going to go through the fundamentals of marketing, and we're going to relate them directly to things that you can do today, actionable, right on the Builderall platform. We'll give you a nice coupon. We'll give you some giveaways. We have a whole starter kit prepared, and we share it with people who sign up to that workshop. So if you haven't signed up yet, go to builderall.com. You're going to see the workshop pop up. Click on that, go to that page, and sign up. We'll give you all of the starter kit, a really awesome discount, and more importantly, all sorts of information, obviously for free, like we're doing today. And it can be a Q&A session if you have any questions about marketing. If there's something that you don't really understand about why you're using a channel, why a channel works. I send my emails, but I don't get a nice response. Or what do I want to say when I'm advertising on social media? All of those questions we tackle on that workshop. So
Perfect.
Go ahead and join.
Cool.
Yeah.
There was something else. This is what I wanted to show you, where the thing that I was talking about, where you can go between these things, and then when you hover over it, it gives you the information.
I love it. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's actually really nice.
Very. I love it. I really love that whole concept.
Yeah,
and then
maybe
for the parallax, this is that parallax effect.
Okay. I also love it. Nice. Jackie, how about we use this panel that you created with the sorbet and all of that? So we'll use that idea for the case studies that we're going to do for this agency. So you could have like a nice sign, and then you get a brief snapshot on what that case study is going to be. And then the button would send you to maybe a different page that goes into more detail about the case, whatever that client issue was, and how you solved it. I think that's a great use of something like this. What a
Definitely.
creative, what a cool thing. Thank you for showing us that. That's awesome.
Definitely. Cool.
Yeah, so that's something that you're going to need to set up, not me. We'll do that next week. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Jackie. Thank you, everyone, for your engagement today. Appreciate you hanging out with us. If you don't have an account, use SAVE50, SAVE 50, to get 50% off of the first month of any plan at all. And if you want to sign up to that workshop, go ahead and do that. There's also another discount, but you also get a starter kit that sets you up for success. All right.
Absolutely.
We'll see you later today. Jackie, you're going to be joining me on that one as well. So I hope you're not sick of me yet, because by the end of the day, you're going to be.
I have so much fun with you. You have no idea.
Awesome. I appreciate hearing that. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day,
everyone.
See you
Thank
later.
you guys for watching. See you later. Bye.